There's a number that quietly follows people around for years. Your retirement number. The amount of money you believe you need before you finally retire. This is the amount of money that you feel you need to be safe. For some people, it's $1 million. For others, it's 2 million, sometimes 3. But over the last few years, I had a realization that completely changed the way I think about retirement planning. That number might be one of the most misleading ideas in personal finance. And the reason? And please hear me out on this one because I'm sure you'll see it too. It has to do with how people behave. And behaving the wrong way in retirement can cost you and set you back years in retirement plans. Hi, I'm Neil. And here in the Long View, we talk about how to build a retirement portfolio later in life using simple systems instead of hype, prediction, no perfect stock picks, no get-rich-quick schemes, just simple math and a simple system. Because when you start investing later in life, you don't have time for complicated strategies. You need clarity, and clarity will give you a peace of mind and help you in your planning process. You see, the idea behind the retirement number is simple logic, right? You estimate how much money you'll spend every year in retirement. Then you multiply that number by about 25. This comes from something called the 4% rule. I'm sure you've heard of it. The theory is simple. If you withdraw about 4% of your portfolio every year, your money should last you for about 30 years. So if you want $40,000 a year, you need about $1 million. Simple, clean, and almost scientific, right? Wrong. Here's the problem. It's a very big assumption. It assumes that retirement is a fixed destination, a place you arrive, a number you hit. And once you reach it, everything just works. But real life rarely works that way. Expenses change, markets fluctuate, inflation moves, health changes. Life just evolves. And suddenly, that perfect number doesn't feel so perfect anymore. Now, don't misunderstand me. For years, I believed the retirement number idea completely. I thought that once I reached a certain amount of money, the problem would just be solved. But something strange started happening. The number kept moving. Markets would go up, then they would fall. Inflation would rise, and it's kept on rising. Expenses would change. Unexpected hospital bills came, and suddenly, the number I once felt was enough no longer felt secure. And that's when I realized something important. The retirement number isn't just a calculation. It's a psychological trap. Because when people focus too much on one number, they start making horrible decisions, emotional decisions. They feel pressure. They feel behind. And when people feel behind financially, they start making dangerous decisions. They chase high returns. They speculate. They try to accelerate the process. Instead of following the plan, they start reacting to the market. Ironically, the behavior can make retirement less secure. Because retirement success rarely comes from hitting one perfect number. It usually comes from something much simpler. Consistency, patience, and a system that keeps you invested through good times and in bad, through different market conditions, and allows you to sleep well at night. At some point, I stopped asking one question. What's my retirement number? And I started asking a different question. Do I have a system that moves me forward every month? A system that keeps me invested, manages risk, and keeps me staying calm. Because retirement planning isn't really about hitting a number. It's about building a process that works decades and a system that keeps working, even when you're not paying attention to it every day. Now, you may ask why systems work. A good system does something powerful. You see, you're not guessing what to do during a market crash. You're not wondering if now is the right time to invest. You simply follow a structure. And over long periods of time, that kind of consistency can be a powerful thing. It doesn't keep you chasing a target because markets change, life changes. A good system keeps you moving forward. So the next time someone asks you what your retirement number is, you can give them a helpful estimate, but it shouldn't be the center of your plan. And most certainly, you shouldn't be chasing it. Because retirement security rarely comes from hitting one perfect number. It comes from something much quieter: patience, consistency, and staying invested long enough for time to do its work. Compound interest. Like rolling a snowball down a hill. Over time, it builds. And remember, optimistic planning requires luck, but conservative planning succeeds without it. I'll see you in the next video.